Alright, so go ahead and subscribe right there. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 4 regions of the lower inner face. This is part 2, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the philtrum. The philtrum is this part right here in between the nose and the upper lip. So this region right here, it looks kind of like a diamond shape. And it's kind of like an indentation, so it tends to be in shadow. And sometimes it goes in deep, and sometimes it doesn't go as deep. It's more noticeable on some people. Okay, so the philtrum. And then over here, we have the 4 regions of the face, along with the flow of the cheek that goes through the entire face, as well as the flow of the cheeks. So this is the flow of the cheekbone. And this is the flow of the cheeks. And if you guys haven't seen the first part, make sure you check that out. And then let me go ahead and go over the other flow I forgot to go over in the first video. And that flow is, so once you go down right here, there's this flow that goes down, and then it goes back up, and then it goes down, and then it goes back up. So that's a flow that I tend to see in faces. And there's a few different variations. That's one of them. And let me go ahead and turn these off so I can show the other 2 examples of that flow. Okay, and in this face, so the first one that I went over was the flow that, let me go ahead and create another layer. So the flow that's underneath the bottom lip, it tends to go down, and then it goes abruptly up, and then it goes back down, and then goes back up. And the thing about these flows underneath the lip, it always tends to go back up. So that's the first one. And then in this one specifically, it goes down and it curves up a little bit, but not as abrupt as the first one. And then it goes back up like that. And it goes and it connects with the mouth region or the cheeks. Okay, and then the final one, you might see something like that, like this, like it goes down and it wraps around, so it does the opposite. So it goes like that and then goes back up. So make sure that you observe your face and try to see how it flows from the cheeks. So check to see how this flows, goes down, and right here, and this one goes up, and every face is different. So make sure that you're looking and you're checking to see how things flow from one place to the other within the face. Okay, and her philtrum is right here, and then that's her mouth region. So make sure you guys watch the first video if you guys don't know what the mouth region is. And over here, I'm just trying to create a little bit of form, so you can see that it's not so flat. And then I'm going as far as creating something that looks like different faces. So if you guys have ever worked in 3D, so it's kind of like little polygons. So this would be the front, and then these would be the sides. You can even drop some string on top to drive this point across even further. And then the last thing that I'll do, I'll have this other photo side by side, so you can see that this region, even though it's in relation to all the other 4 regions, looks like it's flat. It's actually not flat. It's very round. So if you look here, how it actually, if you draw a line around this skull, it's actually wrapping around. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure, because the cheek, compared to the cheeks are, you can really tell that the cheeks are round. That's a very obvious thing, but it might not be as obvious for the mouth region. So that's why I did that. And now that you guys know what the philtrum is, the philtrum goes in, so that's usually in shadow. So that's also something to keep in the back of your head when drawing. All right, so I'm just going to turn off all these other ones so we can talk about the other example that I have. And then turn off this one, and turn this off, and then let's talk about this guy. And even though this guy is in front view, the philtrum is very, very obvious, and you can also see some form. So the philtrum's right there, and then I drop some string. You can see how it goes up. It's almost like a little hill, little skate ramp. And then the mouth region. So once again, something that I went over in the first video, part 1. And then let me go ahead and turn that off and move on to the other example. So just like I mentioned in the first video, it depends really on the expression that they're making, how these 4 regions are going to be interacting with each other. So if you see here, there's 2 different expressions. This one is very open and expanded versus this one is very contracted. So you see how these four regions are changing shape just based on the expression. And also remember the head shape and how that person looks is going to change the regions of the face. So let's go ahead and also the other thing is the age. So as you age, some people or even gain weight, this is going to expand even further, and then gravity is going to pull the cheek region down. So this is a very exaggerated shape, but this is just to make it very obvious. So this is the jowl. So as some people age, this jowl will be pulled down by gravity, and then the excess fat too will form this shape. So it's just something to keep in mind. And then see, you can go to the very last example that I have here for you guys. So once again, even further. So I have a couple of 3/4 views. So that's the jaw region, the mouth region, the cheek region, and the chin region. All right. So go ahead and play around with that, guys. I hope that helped a little bit. And this is how I kind of tend to see the lower regions. So look at the interaction, how they all connect and how they overlap and how they flow from one form to the other. And I just think it's really interesting. It's something I want to further develop. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. God bless, and talk to you guys till the next time. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you did, make sure to subscribe right there.